So, Greg, who's channeling today?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Question.
I feel a number of lines. So I'm just explaining it like holographically, I see lines. So I have a couple of channels. I don't know if they're, oh, I don't know that maybe they are first. That's the way I see it. I see like a line that comes in, and it's like that's a channel. But I've got at least two today that are there.
I mean, I
Oh,
don't
do you have
see
any?
any.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I always have, I mean, I always can tune in. I don't know
Yeah.
if I see, I mean, do you see? So I just kind of tune in and there's always some conversation going on in my stream that I tune into and I can hear it sort of like in the background, but I don't hear, I mean, I don't know if they want me to speak right now, but if someone says, yeah, can you channel? I go, yeah, sure, I can at any time. But I
It's
don't
like in
know if,
your, it's like as your monad comes down, it comes down to that stream. So it can just connect. There you go.
yeah, right.
They're just waiting. Is Greg around? He doesn't want anything today. Okay, his monad's not really bothered if he does anything. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You're always like there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sharon, like, so for example, what you were channeling, you were showing people like what it, well, my experience was you were sharing on the call last night and you were saying what you could see of the internal realm. Yeah, because I could just experience what you were describing. It was like, yeah, that's pretty colorful description. I can imagine that's, yeah, like, oh, just hang out there. So it's not that you're not seeing that realm.
And I love
Sure.
that the way that Greg does the meditation, and I've kind of learned to do the same thing, is just connect and just talk, but there's never anything planned. It's really beautiful. It's nice. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. Yeah.
And it's a different access. So some people are audio, some people are visual, some people are kinesthetic, some people are, I can't remember the others. But you know, like well, Greg and I are doing audio, but your explanation is like a visual representation. And for some people, that's fantastically important because they can't see those words.
I like to take people places.
Yeah, you
to
should
see
do that.
Describe it. Yeah. It's fun.
In fact, you should do that on this call. Do some more of that. That was really good. The crystalline realm, angelic crystalline realm. That was very, very nice.
Because I'm seeing that as I'm channeling, I see the realm, but I don't describe it. It's like my channel isn't allowing me to because I ain't got the time or the words.
Yeah.
I don't have the sense of beauty. I don't feel it in the same way that you can.
Yeah.
It's very good.
So I've got about 3 words. Or maybe more. I don't know. So Skyliko Ishna Manake Hublaklan. Teklokai Onkla Ristikel Man Listikel Listikel Ishna Krishna Galactical Manak Omna Isa Ada Tole.
Ah,
Was new.
yeah, you opened up a higher portal.
Ballistica.
Hmm.
Anglo. Tira. Mystica. On. Logistica. Lecto. Icta. Ictronic.
That takes a lot of courage.
Yeah, and sometimes it's weird because words sound like, I mean, Krishna is an Indian restaurant in town. So I was a bit unsure about what I'm saying there. And since I don't yet get any meaning or anything, so I'm just getting words. And I mean, I heard you speak. So sometimes I'm asking myself, okay, am I just copying? But how would I be copying in the moment? I'm just getting stuff. Yeah.
You might be opening a portal around Krishna.
Mm.
Oh, that's nice.
It's not like the high street in Victoria couldn't do with some energy.
Oh, definitely could. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a bit of a low level of energy at that point.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
So sometimes you do get strange words that just crop into your consciousness. Like, should I say that word? I often check, like, am I talking about, have I just inserted my personality? No, say it. It's okay.
Mhm. Mm.
Might be your stomach. What's this? Why am I speaking light language about my stomach? And I just say the damn word. Oh, okay, my stomach. Okay, good. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Manic,
go ahead. You speaking, David?
yeah, Manichae crops up a lot. So it's oftentimes the human or the humankind or one of us or several other people who are on the call or who maybe not. But Manichae is like pretty obvious that it's human. We just don't know who necessarily until they tell you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Listico. So you're opening up a crystal lattice framework bed. Like I don't know if you could see as well, Sharon. I could see this crystal bed, and Listico was selecting particular crystals to ignite.
Mhm. Nice.
And then we, so it wasn't I or you, it was we were bringing down galactic light. Yeah, you could see that too. It's very, very beautiful. And then that lit up the particular crystals for the Trishna area. Shut up.
Very good. Thank you, Ilanka.
Yeah, very good.
You're welcome.
So we could, wow. Okay, I don't know what to do with that information because we're channeling and we're associating words and finding meaning.
But that's part of the school.
That is, yeah.
And I feel a bit like you, Greg. Like
Yeah.
I'm just, and I'm not yeah, I'm not doing much at the moment about it. I'm just receiving, and if I receive, I start speaking, and and that's about it for the moment. And like meanings and interpretations and even pictures. Like normally I see pictures, right, when Greg speaks, or yeah, well, you do give an interpretation most of the time, but I am quite visual with all of this, but not when I actually speak. Then there's
Yes.
like nothing, just the words coming.
That's what I see. It's just I just
Yeah.
get words, and I'm
Yeah.
just in the channel, and I don't get anything else. And
Yeah.
eventually, I guess, as I keep doing it, as we work together, you'll get more, I'll get more. Meaning,
Mhm.
what is that? Yeah, and it's like what I see is they're speaking, as David said, they're speaking through you, so they kind of take over your faculties a little bit, depending
Well,
on how
I
deep
have a
you are.
question. I have a question.
Yeah.
So is channeling different from light language? Because light language to me is just you connect to the divine and your intent is just whatever flows through light language. And it may or may not make sense. It may never make sense, but isn't that okay? Isn't it just the feeling the energy that comes through because of your intention, right? To be conscientious, to be connecting, to be filled with love. Isn't that now channeling to me is something a little bit different. That is someone speaking that you're just speaking their words. That's just my simplistic definition of it, but I don't know if there's a difference. I think there maybe is.
I guess we're mixing.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we have like the channeling from Greg without interpretation, which we had the individual messages, which
Yeah.
might be quite which are individual, and they might be visuals, they might be feelings, like whatever comes up for that person. So we are speaking light language. Then again, we are channeling because it's coming from the words are from someone else. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, or most of the time. And maybe David does more the channeling because he does, or the classic channel because he gives the interpretation with it, and he gives like, or even Astraea when she speaks in English, like through David, or when I connect, or someone else, of course, like when I connect to the knowledge base and I answer questions, they are basically channeled, not necessarily from an entity or or what is that, or anyone, but just they come from the base. But so I guess it's a mixture.
A mixture. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would add, I would say light language, but it really kind of is channeling, but it is channeling and light language together. So you're right, Sharon. I think if you're speaking light language, is that usually some part of yourself or a higher part of yourself or some other being that's speaking those words, that light language coming through.
Yeah, I don't know. All good questions.
It's such a complex answer. It's the best question we've had in a long time on one of these calls. Because what's a channel? Where does a channel, where does it go? How far does it reach? Does it go through your soul? Are there some channels that go up to your soul and other channels that go other ways? How does the Christ get into your channel? And what's he sending through, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But you do have a channel and it goes all the way up to source. So what comes through, is it yours or is someone else implementing a measure halfway down? That, of course, that's happening.
Yeah.
And then they give you words. And then, you hear and your channel provides an image. Right? And then you and Greg, your channel and areas overlap.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Mm.
There's so much to say about that.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on, and it's not really, you can't really put it in boxes.
You can't, no.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very,
There's always more questions about it. I mean, I've heard people speaking light language that's just beautiful and just makes you feel a certain way, but there's no real interpretation of it, and that's fine. And then I've heard other
Yeah.
people who channel directly from some being, right? David channels directly, from these high ones, and it's amazing. There's just such a mix. But I always
Yeah.
want the answers. I know sometimes I can't get them. That's okay.
You want pictures? Yeah, sometimes you're not provided with the images. I don't get all the images either. Sometimes it's like, shh, David, just shh. Don't decide to see anything now. Just sit with the energy, be quiet.
Yeah.
Because I try too hard, like, no, this is not for you. Just sit with it.
And I guess when I first started meditating, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, when I would connect, I would just feel the emotions. That's the strongest thing that it was for me, just feeling the emotions. I don't know if that's another type of channel. I don't know where that came from. I guess just from the divine. Yeah. And then as I continued, I started getting like more images, not a lot, just things every now and then would pop in. Yeah.
Yeah, our soul speaks.
Wonderful.
Our soul speaks in pictures and words and feelings.
Right. Yeah. And I kind of say it's learning the language of your soul and how you interpret things, because it could be, as you said, visual, you had feelings, emotions, sensations, or other, just sounds, or there's lots of, and some might be stronger than others at times, and you might develop, others as you go through, like you did, like you said, as you deepen in.
Yeah, I think it's also like when you said that, Sharon, I was thinking that it's also like whatever is needed in that moment, right? Individually. So when you started meditating, it was important for you to have to go through your emotions and feel what was to be felt. And now it's different. Now you can handle is weird, but you are in a different place now. So things have changed, and something is more important now than that, so yeah, so that's it's very individual, and it's
Yes, yeah.
always also connected to where we are in that moment. What do we get?
Yeah.
What we need.
Yeah.
It's really about what we need.
Yeah.
True.
That's why it's so beautiful, because it's not human interpretation of what we need. So if we're working on Trishna, or that part of the street in Victoria, so that's very curious, because if you'd sat down and asked, well, what do you need this afternoon? We wouldn't have said, well, we need to do some work on the street outside Trishna. It's like,
No.
but part of your oversoul, I want you to pay attention up there.
I drove past that space today. Maybe something, yeah.
It's interesting how this happens. So oftentimes we'll see pattern, like reoccurring themes, and we're not very conscious as humans, so they have to really remind us to keep looking. It might be an accident, right? It might be a car accident before you pay attention. So
Yeah.
Not
I didn't see anything, but yeah, whatever. Yeah.
It's always patterns.
Yeah.
The oversoul or the soul are always speaking to us, and then the channel just clarifies. It's like, that's why this is so good, because we're clarifying things really quickly for people.
Mm.
Something interesting happened. So I passed there because I wanted to go into a certain shop that's on the street, quite, yeah, not that far away actually there. But, and then I did drive, and I wouldn't normally do that, but since I'm starting to see lines and stuff, so I was told to go up the whole of Main Street.
Mm.
And I saw someone at,
Laying an energetic cable.
yeah, so I was going up the whole of Main Street and actually then going through the old town, like straight back and past my mom.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so not around, but anyway, it was,
bringing it round here. It's very interesting. This is like, you know, my life is sometimes was like this first couple of years in Gozo. So you're dragging like an electromagnetic cable with you. I don't know. I don't even know why we're discussing this.
yeah, because you said it's patterns, and I remembered that from that shop I went a different way home than I would normally do.
Right. So they're having you drop a packet of energy.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's
Now, again,
awareness. It's like it's lengthening your field of awareness. It's like, okay, you can feel out to Trishna. At least that's how I interpret the information.
Yeah.
You know, you have to feel the whole island.
Mm-hmm.
No one has to do anything, but we're talking about the channeling is like it allows us to see what we need rather than what we think as humans. Well, your divine part of you is saying, no, your attention can spread as far as Trishna. You could modulate the energy anywhere along that journey you made.
I'm just asking myself if I went the wrong way. I mean, the wrong way. No, I didn't go the wrong way, but yeah.
But it means you can show up in certain places and it can feel really good before you even get there.
I think you're right. As we build our consciousness of places we've walked or been, we've left energy signatures there. And I think what I'm getting is then those are places you can revisit in your energy if you want to, because you've been there and you've left something there. And I also get you could basically teleport there to those places if you want to at some point, as we learn that. Or you can go there, go back to those places. It's what they're showing me in this moment. It helps the earth, right? We're raising the vibration of those spaces. And then we can also use that to travel or enhance, expand.
Yeah, kind of what we were doing when we were traveling here and there. Went out to California, to Mount Shasta, went to the Pacific coast. And do you remember we tried to bring the rain? And they actually did start getting rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all about, I guess, it's almost like weaving your energy around.
Well, it was
the place.
right. They had one of the biggest droughts in California over the last like 10 years, but now they have the most snow and that they've had in also 20 years. So the snow peaks are so now the reservoirs that were empty are now full in like 1 year. It was like, I mean, I don't know how much we did of that, but that was
I don't know. I'm sure there are a lot of people working on that energetically. So I'm just glad that it's there. They have the water now.
They do.
But that's my belief that that's kind of what we were doing. We were helping that along, as with others were. And it's just nice to be involved in that.
Yeah.
I enjoy that kind of work.
Yeah, and you can check, right? You can just ask. I mean, I
Yeah.
see numbers, so I can just say, well, how many other souls, living souls? Oh, 1 million. Okay, great. There's a lot of people paying attention to that water shortage.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
But then sometimes you do alter the weather and it's just
That's amazing.
a few of you.
So happy.
You make clouds disappear on your own.
Yeah, you can do
Mhm.
that. My mom did that once in Ireland for the painting they did at the house, and it was like that was of course a problem. If it rained, then they would have damaged the fresh painting. So she was keeping the rain off, and that we're talking West Coast Ireland where it rains
Mhm.
like
All the time.
sort of. So she was doing a good job there that time.
Mhm. Nice.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Ishna Kailiko.
Yeah.
Waktron.
Hmm.
Kalistika.
Ah,
Mishna. Ishna Trishna.
yeah, you're lighting up the restaurant.
Oh,
Like those crystals that were selected in the listicle, that last command set. So you get like a set command, a sentence, and that just lit up the crystals.
oh.
So I'm just feeling radiation of light, just
That's cool.
this is very peculiar. If anyone wants to make their school feel lighter, or their restaurant, or their home, like you now have a set of commands that you can use. Just insert something different from Trishna.
What were the commands? I mean, yeah.
We'll have to play back the recording. I could
Yeah.
break it down if you wished, but
Yeah, well, I don't know if people want that. It's like,
I think they would.
I think they would.
I think they would. Right now, in the fourth, fifth dimensional universe, it's really important to bring in the light.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
because it's a choice, and having the set of commands to do it at will.
So the ones I just
We
said?
should go there tonight.
Yeah, sure. The ones I just said, or the ones
Well,
before?
I just check every sentence to make sure it's accurate what I'm going to say. So both sets. The first set, like, laid the ley line out, cleared it, selected the crystals, got the galactic light pointing the right way. And the second was more like the connection was made. It's just light energy. It's like turning on the crystals.
All right. So all my channelings from today are good
Very.
for that.
Yeah, crystal.
Crystal.
So can you go over that again, or we just move on?
I can't.
good.
We'd have to replay. I would have to do that too. I can't.
Well, I'm saying David probably could, but I don't know if that's what we do.
Yeah, there isn't any need to. Like, the recording does it all.
Right. I just, like I said, I just think I always get the words repeat, 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 so that you get it. That's what so if you're getting something new, then you repeat it, right? So if you repeat it, then people can go, oh, that's what it is. But if you can't, then that's okay. Re-record it. I mean, re-listen to it. Yeah. Same thing. I can't necessarily repeat something that I just said, because I don't. It just comes and goes.
I'd have to listen myself. I cannot repeat.
I could channel something, but it would depend on whether the beings of light want the same message.
Yeah. Right. It's good. This is good. Okay.
Oh, so I have some channeling words. If there's any other questions. It would be Astraea and the Christ and several others. So don't worry about committing this to memory as the first sentence.
Right. Yeah.
That's one of the pitfalls, because it takes you out of the divine. So there isn't need to do that. This is very curious. So I translate into English as they're communicating to me in light language. So currently they're communicating with me in light language, and I'm speaking what they're telling me to say. So all of this sentence is light language, which David Collins is reinterpreting through his personality. Hi kalomakai, him lakai tiki, hom lakai, taminklakai no manake. So no man, woman, or child can reinterpret those sentences at this current time, because they're too elevated energetically. Ingla Michael can, hum la Michael tai, him la macto kailama, himlo tam lakai, himai lakai, him lake, hum lakai taka. So we do no more channeling tonight. Himrakai tomankalo, himlakai tomanake, and we do more channeling tomorrow. Imran kan, homlamai, imlamai koti. So we go now, say the beings of light. Imlakai tomankalo, but within your tummies resides a ring of fire, of energy. Emran kotamel, himlakai tiki, homlatang kolai, himla kakantako. So that turns to ice bit by bit. Himrakai takan, himrakai tomankolo, himrakai takan taki. So we don't do any more with channeling tonight. Greg, we're just not going to do that at this time.
Okay.
It's linked to this fire and letting the fire subside and having it be calm.
Okay.
And ice. Imran kantakai, himran kantako, himlan oktamai, maklo tatantical. So the Christ energy seeps out into reality tonight. Imran tokla miklatai, miklakontahai. Himlan kelo, himlan ke hai, aklan taban koli. So within the Maltese lands, there'll be particular things happening energetically overnight. Imran toklakan, imlan tiklamai, as if the Christ energy was coming into the land. Imlan toklakal, humlakantake, himlan tokla hublaklan, akla miklatailaki. So we get used to this energy bit by bit. So I'm just asking them where, and they're telling me like the Maltese Islands. Emlan kakto hamtakai, hamtakan tomai. So in the furthest desert east of where you are, Greg and Sharon, Imran taklaman okla hankole. There is a high tower of light. Imlan toklakan, imlan hakla tailaki. And I permit you not to look there with sight, says Astraea, which is why they're being mysterious with where it is. Akran hoklan tiklan kai, umran kintolai. But we light that tower tonight, bits by bit and piece by piece over the coming weeks. Wakran ikramai himratai lakal, for the coming times. Ekran toklakan umlakai tiki, makran estakal ublakanake. So they're estimating a timeline for this. It's a month or two. It's for Aaron's communication. Ekran toklakan hemro maklatai. He hohanake hamplan kabantakai. So we leave you now with love, and we shower you with love and gifts. Raklan hublaklanake kalamto maktatai. So it's gifts of love, and one at a time they leave. But the Christ stays a little. We just have to acclimatize to his presence and get used to his energies. So he'd stay with each of us a while. There isn't anything that we would have to speak or channel. It's just to be used to that energy, that largeness of energy. So I did feel him leave just a few seconds ago. So I don't know about that channeling thing. They didn't want us to do much more tonight. It's like they're just teaching us a piece at a time. And it's the words. They want us to pay attention to what's heard rather than the specific phrases. They will teach in time, but they don't want us to learn it all overnight. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. I felt when they said the fire in the belly, I could feel that. And then, yeah, I could feel that it's turning to ice because I think I have too much fire in the belly, maybe. I don't know. That's just my sense. So, I don't know. It's good. It's nice calmness.
From that calm, centered place that it really comes clearly. Did we stop the recording?
Sure.